I read 23 books this year, and this one might be my favorite. I've read a lot of flops, especially recently, just a lot of 2 stars back to back. I'm not sure why. And then I picked this up and I realized, oh my goodness, this is what it feels like to read an actually good book. Like, you feel your heart drop for a certain character. Your heart is racing. You're flipping through the pages like an insane person. Finally, the drought is over for me. This is Catalan Street by Magda Szabo. So the story follows 3 families, the Helds, the Elekesh, and the Bureaus. There's 4 children, and it focuses more on their story as they're reminiscing their lives in Catalan Street, which is turned into stone and rubble because of the Second World War. It's like I said, there's 4 children. One of them died a pretty tragic death, and her presence sort of looms over the story, haunts the narrative, and deeply affects certain characters with guilt and grief. And they kind of grew up into people that don't really know how to deal with that, and they kind of stay together in such a weird way. They're like trauma bonded. And this whole novel is just one big wave of nostalgia. Magda Szabo is a talented, amazing author. She's very good at capturing or freezing these moments in time of them playing in the playground, like the feeling of grass and the warmth of the sun. Like, you could feel it all, and how it contrasts the backdrop of the Second World War. I feel like I'm constantly whiplashed by her writing. She's very good at writing these like mundane and domestic, very casual, what seems like a normal conversation, and she slips in the juiciest little detail or reveal ever and ends the chapter right then and there. So you're just like, what the fuck? What do I do with this information? And then you read the next chapter because you need to know. It's just so crazy, and I never see it coming. Another very interesting thing I noticed, that I don't know if this plays a big significant role in the story or not, but to me it doesn't. So there's 4 characters, right? All of them gets to share a POV at some point, but all of them are written in 3rd person. However, Iraine is the only character that is written in 1st person, but I don't know why. It's not like we're deep in her psyche, but distance from everyone else. I think we scratched the same amount of depth or surface as every other character, so I'm not sure if that's just a fun little detail or what. I rated this a 4.5 stars, which is amazing in my opinion. The only reason this is not a 5 stars is because the last 60 pages, it made me realize that this book relied so heavily on nostalgia that when it switches to present time, I realized that I don't like these characters and who they grew up to be. And so I find myself not caring as much. But yeah, please don't let that deter you from reading this. Like I said, this is a spectacular novel. It is amazing regardless of that stupid 60 pages. I've just read books that are absolutely bonkers. 10 out of 10, no notes. That's why this had to be a 4.5. Doesn't mean it's not a good book. I hope I did a good job explaining what this book entails without giving it too much away. And this is also my first Szabo, so I don't really have anything to reference from. I hope this interests you and you picked it up one day. If so, I am so down to talk about it. That's all for now, and I'll see you in the next one.